Okay. All right. So obviously, everybody, there's been a lot of chatter going on in the spaces, and guys, I tend to prey on things and sit quiet in the background before I start chattering and and engaging in conversation, especially negative conversation. Um, First thing I look for before I do anything with a platform, and from past platforms. Obviously, we've all been in what we call rug pulls, where the platforms are here today and they're gone tomorrow. So we've all been a part of that. Or if you've been in crypto space, if you have never been in it, you've definitely heard of it. Um, this is I don't believe this is that. Matter of fact, they're doing too many other things for it to be that. I don't like the way I think they're kind of forcing people to do different things and not force them, but kind of like a blackmail type thing where if you do this, we'll do that. I don't particularly like that. But I'm a businessman, guys. And all that aside, I put a lot of things aside. I put personal emotions and personal feelings aside when I'm looking at making business decisions. Um, so one of the things that I have been doing, I've been talking to people that are ambassadors in here, and I have quite a few that was trying to get me to go and to become to the ambassador program, and I was just about to do it before this whole thing, went the way it went, and then I kind of sat back for a second and did nothing. It's kind of just sat still, and then as you all know, that they talked about the end of the month. I kind of knew that wasn't going to happen, and then January came, and now they're talking about March. So let me just tell you my thoughts. Let me tell you my feelings. Let me tell you what I am doing, and again, I'm only sharing what I'm doing. Um, and I truly believe the speed of the leaders, the speed of the crew. I would never ask anyone to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. Um, I have a lot of money tied up into this platform, so I don't, I watch it daily. I'm very close. I'm many communications with people, higher up in this, and bottom line, nobody really knows who is kind of pulling the strings. To be very honest with you, everybody got their own speculations and their own thoughts. Um, they're This whole thing that they're rewriting the code for it to populate for everything to flow to this BitLoopC. That is happening, but what I do believe is when I first got involved it's about a year now. When I first got involved, I believe it was truly the smart contract. Everything worked like clockwork for 11 months with zero hiccups. And for 3 years prior to me getting in, it worked like clockwork. Um, they started, I believe they accumulated whatever they wanted to accumulate, and the people who wrote the codes, I believe they started looking at doing expanding it. They went worldwide. They're doing the coin that right now you do the $500, you get the coin, and they did this Loop C, which is the Loop C. I mean, the thoughts behind it is not bad. It's just that the kind of way they're handling it is bad. Um, but again, we never know what's happening behind the scenes. So what I did is reached out to some folks to find out who I know has a lot of money, more money than I got tied up into this, and we kind of been bouncing things between us. What the thoughts were, and this is what we came up with. So let me just share with you what I did do, and I know a few of you have done this as well. I did test that Loop C. I did test it. I did a 1 day and I did a 7 day, and it worked. It went in, it came back. It's 1 day and a 7 day. I didn't promote it. I didn't talk to you guys about it. I'm a type of person that I'll be the guinea pig. I like to go in, and if it's gonna bust, and it busts on me. It won't be because I shared it with my community. Until I know it is what it is. So one of the things that me and some of the people that I'm involved with, that's got quite a few dollars tied up in this platform as well. Some of them have did the T1 nodes. They've been pushing these nodes. I didn't like the way they was pushing because I felt like it was like a blackmail. You do this and we'll give you this, and I just I didn't think that was cool at all. I didn't like the way they was handling that, and I didn't want to promote that. You know, um, but what we did discuss is, I got 30. I have a buddy who got over 100 grand in here. I got 35, over 30,000 in here. So what we said, what we're going to do is we're going to try it. Before we share with our communities, and a couple of our folks did it, and we bought the T1 nodes for $1,000. And this is what happened. The T1 node came, it went through their loop, their previous or expired loops was paid, but it was automatically reinvest into the liquidity for another 28-day cycle. Now that person's in their 13th day. They got 13 days left before we see what happens. Now I was going to wait till they fully matured and see if it went back to his wallet before I had this call. But I was so much chatter going on in the group, and I felt it was time to have a call so you guys can get an understanding as to what we're doing and what we are trying to accomplish as a community. So he has 13 days left. And what I don't know, what I'm trying to find out, is that all of his loops combined, did they pay them all and roll over, or did they just did them all individually? That's the only thing I don't know. But what I decided I'm going to do is tomorrow I am going to do a T1 note for $1,000. And then that way I can tell you from experience. I'll be the guinea pig. If it works, it works. If it don't, then I can say, hey guys, don't waste your money. But based on what one of the guys I do know did it. Like I said, his mature loops came back. Again, I don't know if it was just one mature loop or if all of them came back. Now I know he's got quite a few $1,000s tied in. I've meant to ask him, was it all? And I was trying to reach him before this call, but I couldn't reach him. Um, but it doesn't make a difference whether they all. But the fact of the matter is, it did come back, but it was an automatic reinvestment into the liquidity into the BitLoopC. And then it gave him a 28-day. He can see it. He can see his money there. He's got 13 days left. And then, after 13 days, we'll see if that pays out. Now, some of you I talked to individually, and I kind of shared my thoughts about what I was going to do. And some of you guys have a few dollars tied up in here, and those I did share said they was going to follow suit. But I'm just letting you guys now. I'm talking to the whole community, whether you got $100 or whether you got $10,000 or $20,000 in this. I'm sharing with you what I am going to do. Now you can kind of wait to see what happens before you do anything, and I suggest you do that. Or unless you got quite a few dollars and you got an extra $1,000 you can do that with, then follow suit with me. We roll together. It's like it's a crapshoot basically. Secondly, you do not have. There's no requirement that says you have to do the node. Now, supposedly, what is supposed to happen is they're rewriting the code so that March the 26th, once it's accepted by Certex, which is a third-party provider, it will all be on the BitLoopC, and then that way all the mature loops will come through and be paid. Now that's what they're saying. I know honestly, my gut is my gut. I'm telling you from my gut feeling. My gut feeling is telling me, well, I just don't know if it's going to really truly be a smart contract. I think that somebody's going to be pulling strings. That's my gut. So my gut is also that, hey, I'm going to pull my money and I'll still play the game, but I will put nowhere near what I had in there. If I can get my 30 grand back, hey, I may put a few $1,000s in there and do what it do. But I would not. Until I had the confidence that we are truly into a smart contract where it's no interference, there's no human hands touching. Um, but I don't. My gut tells me that's not the case because you got somebody rewriting, which is a coder who's rewriting the code so that now can tie in. And once Certec, which is the third party auditor, once they approve it, so apparently this is what's happening. They initially did the code in December. They started the code, and they was trying to get the liquidity up for the BitLoopC. Now they got some liquidity up, but the problem they got now is, you got people, this is worldwide. So now you got people kind of shaming the name of Bitnest. Oh, it's a scam, it's this, it's that. So people were leery, obviously. So, secondly, these guys, it's the ones that got. They don't care about, honestly. I mean, I'm talking to you. This is pure business, guys. This is not personal, and I want you to take your personal emotions out for a second. They don't give a crap about the 100, the 500, the $1,000 person. They don't care about you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be straight. They are looking for the 30, 40, 50, 60, 100,000, 200,000, the $1 million guy, because that guy or girl has skin in the game with them, and that's going to take them to their next plateau. That's why I don't think it's a rug pull. Now, what I do think could happen is they have spent way too much money on setting up this coin and putting this loop C for it to just to come right in and snag it right out. It's too much. Only way the way I see it, if the information, if the name gets tarnished too bad, then I see them pulling the plug. Again, they don't care about the small guys. They don't care about that. And the big people, the people that got big money, got too much skin in the game where it was almost like, I'm not gonna, if I get 1,000, if I already got 50 grand, 100 grand, another $1,000 ain't gonna hurt. And that's how I feel now about my 30,000. Another $1,000, hey, you know what? I've blown on worse things. Um, so the recaps, I got some of you guys is kind of logged in late. So this is my thoughts. I think come March, I think anybody who kind of just waits it all out, I think your loops will mature. I really do. I really think they will mature. Now I don't know if it's gonna happen March the 20th, like they're talking about, or will it get extended? I think the extension is going to depend upon what's going on behind the scenes with the loop C and the and their nodes. I think that's what's going to determine, and whether or not the Certec is already approved. We got that third party audit has already approved the new writing of the new code. Now I think this new code is now going to give an admin, somebody, authorization to move money, because what happens is this: the pancake swap. Our old loops. When you put your money in, money was going and sitting into pancake swap for the liquidity. Pancake swap was paying back. They're not the issue. They're a big, huge company. They paid the back. It's when it got back to Bitnest to now direct it to our specific wallets is where the issue came. Now, it was a code written for that was automatically done for us, and they started messing with those codes. When they started creating these other things, when they started creating these other MEC coins and now BitLoopC. So they gotta reestablish their credibility with Certec and make sure all that is the way that should be before Certec, which is a third party company, certifies that, yeah, this is going to be the way to go. So for me, this is my thoughts. Again, my guy who has quite a few dollars here, he bought the T1 node, and I think he said within 5 days his his matured loop came back, but it never went back to his wallet. It automatically went into a 28-day loop on the Bitnest LoopC. He's now got 13 days of the 28 days for it to mature, and we're waiting to see if that's going to hit his wallet. Again, for those of you logged in late, I was going to wait to do this call after that happened, but because of the chatter that's been going on and the nervousness of people and the, and what's all going on in the group, I felt it was time to have this call now. So what I am going to do, I'm going to I have tried the Bitnest LoopC. I did a 1 day, it came back right back to my wallet with the 0.4% return. I did a 7 day, that came back with the 4% return. I have not done a 14 day and I have not done a 28 day on the C. I just wanted to see if that was really working. Um, but I am going to do a T1 node. I'm going to see how long it takes for them to send back my matured loop, and if they're going to send it all as one as I have. And I also need to see if they're going to, if I got to do it from multiple wallets, because I have 4 or 5 wallets. So this is my thoughts. I'm going to do the T nodes on my wallet that I had the most money in, which was my business wallet. And then so like my MCC and my minions and my wife and all those accounts, I'm not doing nothing with that yet, and I don't expect them to mature those accounts, but I am looking for them to mature my business account, which of my 30,000, I have about 20,000, 21,000 in those accounts. So what I will find out if they will give it all back as one lump sum or they give it back in pieces, because I had some mature at different times. I had one mature for 2,500, one mature for 8,000, one mature for 18,000. So they all matured at different times. They're all mature at this point, but they all matured at different times. And I'm thinking they're going to tie it per the wallet. So once that happens, I will then do a new call and give you guys an update of that call. Once his 13 days is up, we'll have a call as well. And we'll get to know how that played out. And then you can make a decision for yourself. Do you want to do that? Now, again, if you got 100, 300, $400 in there, does it make sense to put 1,000? Nah, man, I wouldn't do it. Honestly, I wouldn't do it. I'd wait. But if you got a couple of $1,000 in there, and you're a business person, you take the emotion out of it. It might make sense for you to do that, to really move up your timeline, so you're not waiting till March. You're now, you're in play, probably in the next 2 weeks. So that's what's happening. So I'm going to open it up to some conversation. Let me just, if you guys got a question, hopefully everybody heard everything I said, but I'll be more than happy to answer any questions anybody has, and show you what those who don't know what Bitnest LoopC looks like. I'm going to show you that in a second, and then we'll play it out. So any questions? Again, unmute your lines. You can ask your questions.
Yeah, D, I have a question. This is
Hey,
T.
hey, Tim, how you doing?
Hey, so listen, if on that loop C,
Yes.
is it the way that the other one was ran where you got commission no matter what level amount of money you had in there?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. 'Cause I only put in $100 when I did it.
Hmm.
So when I put the $100, then I know Ron and Judy did it. Well, they only put like $30. I mean, just to test it. You know what I mean? Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it runs the same. I just didn't want to promote it because I didn't want people. I didn't want to push something and people still
Yeah.
waiting on this money. And again, I'm only telling y'all what I'm doing. So I'm sharing with you. Now you make your own decision. Everybody's their own person here, you know. But until your note is complete. So so that's what's with the
So let me ask you another question.
mm,
Remember, I'm already in the first loop.
yes.
So the person who wants to come in, like, they have a lot of money and they risk takers.
Okay.
So I told her everything that was going on. She
Yep.
still wanted to do it because she thought we were going back live in January.
Yep.
But we didn't. But if she does bit loop C, but my money is in the other loop, do I get a commission on that? Or would
That's a
I
good.
have to
That's a good
put
question. That's a good question. I do not know if as far as the referrals is concerned.
yeah.
Matter of fact, we're gonna log on. We're gonna log on. We're gonna read on it because I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Okay.
if the old thing, the guidelines you got to have what they have and so on. That I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I do know the commission is the same. It's 0.4, 4%, 14%, and 24%. That's the same for the person investing. Now, the person who's
Yeah.
referral, I don't know. I don't know that. Uh,
Okay. No problem.
if any of you do know the answer to that question, please answer. If anybody's checked into this Loop C and knows the answer to the referral portion of it. But we're going to go online right now and we're going to check it for ourselves. Just give me 1 second, guys. My computer's about to die in this. Let me just grab my charger. All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just before my computer dies on us real quick. Let me just get this charged up. All right. So again, if anyone knows the answer to that question, please chime in. Let me just see what our chat line says. Hold on, let me see the chat line we got. People still trying to get on. Let me let them in. Good evening. I was just waiting until your notice complete. Cool. March is when we get funds back. Also, are we just what we put in for the growth for the 3 months? Raymond Hood. March is when we get funds back. Yes. Also, are we just what we put in or the growth? Yeah. No. So you're getting your in March is you're getting your funds plus your 24% if you were in the 28 day if you're in the 28 day loop. Let's do this. Let's go to let's log in. Let me share the screen. We'll go to Bitnest and we're gonna see. Let's see. It's a share
Dwayne, you said as far as that question that was in the chat, you said that you'll be getting your growth as well
as well.
as
Yes, you'll get your money. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about right now is the referral money. I know the uh you'll get the person who invested, they're gonna get their money plus their 24%.
now that's in the loop C.
That
But
no,
as
that's
far as the initial
that's
loop,
no, no, even in the mature loops. We're gonna log in here real quick. Let me just. Can you guys see my screen? Can y'all see my
yeah,
screen? Okay, good.
because I know they were saying like if your thing relooped, um, then you'll get the interest. But some people was asking what about for the people whose on have not relooped?
Okay, hold on. Let's go into it real quick, and then I want to see something. All right, here we are. And then now, so let's go into the loop. See, the liquidity is y'all saw the liquidity is up to 49 million because they got everybody
Yeah, I'm ready to
money.
borrow something from them.
Yeah, okay. What is BitLoopC? Let's see. Well, how does BitLoopC make a profit? How does BitLoopC work? Security, the sharing rewards. That's what we want to see. The sharing rewards. Okay. Let me throw my glasses on here so I can read this. The commission profits stem from your partners, from when you join BitLoopC. Permanently assigned to you cannot be changed. As the days recorded blockchain, more of your referral link remains unchanged. You cannot alter your upline partners when your partner successfully creates. Okay, that's all we know all that already. But where's the commissions? See work. Okay, we'll give it that. Let's see. So I get the man. Okay. Yeah, so they basically went onto the Ethereum network, and those of us guys, in we were all looking at the USDCs on the Ethereum network, but you also have USDC in off the on the Ethereum chain in your token pocket. For those of you who took token pocket, you'll see you have USDC in there as well, which you can use. Um, all right, let's see. Uh, Participants, let's see. Let's go to more. Yes, no. Home. Let's see. Community. All right. So Bitnest Loop C is just like your the loop. It's the same 1 day, 7 days, 14 days, and so on and so forth. Um, I just want to see profit introduction. Here we go. Okay. All right. So looks like here's the here's the differences. As you guys can see, I'm reading this for the first time too. When you circulate $100, when you got $100 into your C, you activate a 20% of the proceeds of the circulation of first generation of friends, which is when you do $200, 10%, $300, you got 5%. But so these look like the same percentages that they had. This look like the same percentages that we originally had in Bitnest Loop before they went to you got a match dollar for dollar. You had to have the same that the other person had. Now all that became different things, when they were when they was putting together this Bitnest Loop C. What I am going to find out because if this is just written, I don't because I think this also shows in Bitnest Loop. But what I would do, Tamika, to answer your question, um, if your friend's going to start, I you know that's a hard one. That's a hard one to get. If they're a risk taker, I mean, you just gotta let them. I don't know. That's a hard one. You just got to be straight with them. Say, hey, listen, we went for our loops to mature. This bit in the loop C is paying out, but I would at least throw 100. If I was you, I would throw $100 in the C before they came in, just to see if you get a referral.
Yeah, I told her she was like her and her husband want to do it, so I think I'm gonna just throw 100 in there, or
Yeah,
the 40 something that I still got sitting there.
yeah. I mean, yeah. That I mean that it's just trial and error. It's trial. To be honest with you, it's just trial and error. Um, what I would do first before I even did that, I would put $100 in, go to another wallet. How many wallets you got? One or two?
Just one meta.
So I would do $100. Do you have anybody under you right now?
Yes, one person.
I would do 100. Let that one person do 100 and see if it pays and see if it pays you back. You tell you'll give it $100 and see if it pays you back. Now with this now this other thing, I don't know if these are only on the 28-day loops because I have not tried. I have not tried the 28-day loop. See, I've tried the 1 day and I tried 7 days. Both of them paid back. It came in next day, you got the money. Boom. Second day came, 1 week came back. I have not tried the 28 days. To be honest with you. Um, and it works the same way, like as you can see, as the other ones. Um,
Okay, Dwayne, let me ask you a question. You
yeah,
said you tried the 7 day and you tried
yeah. These two others what I tried. I put $100 in.
you tried it on the
See,
loop C, right?
Loop C, yes.
Okay, now did the person who bought you in,
I don't even,
did
you know
they
what?
did,
I didn't even ask him. I don't know. But what I am going, what I'm going to do tonight, actually, no, I'm going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. Hold on. We're going to find out together. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do one for one wallet and see. I'm going to do one wallet, and I'm going to do it for another one for another wallet. Let's make sure I got enough in there to do it. Let me see something. Let's find out. Let's find out. I'll be the guinea pig for everybody. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So 300. So this USDC. Let's see some. Okay. All right. Let's do. I'm gonna do. Let me see some. Let's go. 40 bucks. Uh-uh. State. Okay. All right. So let me put $50. Let me see. We move $50 to. Let me send. Okay. SDT. Uh, send. SDT. I'm gonna send to my Minions wallet. Just know I'm sent to Conley's wallet. Let's do it this way. Let me send $50 here. Okay. All right. Send $50 to the Minions wallet. Oh, I think I gotta have a minimum of $100. Hold on. Send another. I think you gotta have a minimum of $100, right? All right. So this is what so those of you just came in late, let me tell you what we're doing. Um, so, okay. All right, let me switch wallets here. Let's see. Okay. Let me connect. Let's connect token pocket. Carlene's wallet. Okay, boom. All right. So this is what we're doing. For those of you logged in late, this is what's happening. March 26th, I think their date is. It may get prolonged. They're trying to get it's the smart code is being rewritten. They're trying to get it approved from Zertec, which is the third party audit company. And then once that is approved, it will then allow them to pay out all the matured loops. And I think what they're going to end up doing is that the way they're doing it with those with the nodes, which means that they'll pay you your mature loop. It won't come to you directly. You'll get it, and it's going to automatically be reinvested into a Bitnest LoopC under a new 28-day liquidity. with the 24% return. And then after that's mature, I believe will go to your wallet. What has happened is individuals that have taken these T1 nodes is $1,000 or higher. Those that have purchased those nodes, it allowed their matured loop to get paid not to them, not to their wallet, but to a Bitnest LoopC that they can see. And it went this, and it put them in a 28-day loop with the 24% return, and it's been there for 15 days. They got 13 days left before it actually goes back to their wallet. Now there's the first. I was kind of waiting to see if that happened before I had this call, but because of the chatter in the group, I felt it was time to do the call now. So that's somebody I know. So I know them, and then and we're documenting the journey. What I am going to do, what I have done, is I have purchased some small. I purchased a 1 day and I purchased a 7 day, and the Bitnest LoopC, and both of them came back. Now, one of the questions that was brought here in the conversation is the commissions paid? Now, that's what I'm not sure. So this is what we're going to find out. So I am going to purchase $100 for 28 days and Bitnest LoopC. So I'm going to go to Loop C. Make sure I'm in Loop C. Make sure I'm in Loop C. Let's see, loop. That's the regular loop look like. Hold on. All right, we're gonna go to Loop C. Join now. Now you guys see my screen, right? Yes? No? Maybe so? Are you guys with me? Okay. All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can see you.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna purchase $100. According to their referral, you have to have at least $100 to get a commission. So I'm gonna do $100 for 28 days.
Hmm.
I'm doing a USDT, and that $100 will come back 124, and I'm gonna circulate it. Boom. I'm gonna confirm it. Hit refresh. Let's see. Okay. All right. Here's my order. 28 days, $100 gives you back $124 in 27 days and 23 hours. Now
Right.
we're going to come out of this account. We go to Token Pocket, and we're now going to go to my Minions account. So my wife enrolled the Minions. All right, so I got $50 in the Minions. So we're going to put $50 into the Minions account. Now, first of all, to
They
find,
got to do all that.
huh?
Dwayne.
Yes,
Okay, you just staked $100.
I just staked the $100 into Carlene's account.
Right. Okay. Who sponsored Carlene?
Well, MCC, but MCC don't have an account, so there's no money. So I know there's no commission there.
So you don't think if you go into MCC into the BSC scan, you can't see that you got a commission?
I know I didn't get a commission because MCC has no money in Bitnest LoopC.
This one C, baby.
This is Bitness LoopC.
I know.
I know I don't have a commission
But
because
let me-
I've not put no money there.
We're doing it the first time.
Okay.
I'm doing this for the very first time. So I did Carlene, and now I'm going to put $50 before I put $50. I just want to go back to my profit to make
Okay.
sure there's no minimum.
Okay.
Okay, profit circulation. Bitnest LoopC just says I was just representing with smart track gives you 7% detailed circulation. The $40 income, okay, and day, boom, 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 Bitness C, smart contract, blah, 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 clearing commissions, Bitness C. When you circulate $100 yourself, you will activate the qualification 20% of the proceeds of each circulation of one generation of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I do not see if there's a minimum on each first generation friend. It just says I'm gonna get 20% from each from general friend. For example, let's see, X is first generation friends, you bring 100 for cents. Your second generation friends will bring you 10,000. Okay, so participate in liquidity. Let's ask your friends. Blah, blah, blah. That's okay. First generation. Okay, so it does not say, unless you guys see it, but I don't see it. And I don't see there's no minimum or maximum. You guys see that? Minimum circulation period is 14
Right.
days.
No, I don't see a minimum or
Right.
maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's see. So yeah. Friend level. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do this. Let's connect the Minions wallet. Open pocket.
So, Dwayne, are you about to connect the Minions wallet to
Yes.
do a Loop C?
To do Loop C, yes.
Okay, that's what I was trying to see because I was trying to find out if a person that I bought in, like say my sister, I bought her in, right? And she goes into Loop C and does a transaction.
Well, you give it. Right.
And
We're
I'm
about to
still
find out
in
right
the
now. We're about to find out.
old loop.
We're about to
I'm in the
find.
old loop.
No, no, no. So no, no. I know that. I know the answer to that. If you're in the old loop and they're in bit loop C, no. I can tell you the answer to
Oh,
that one.
okay.
Okay. Matter of fact, look, before we do it, let's go. Let's go. Let me log. Hold on. Let me connect. Let's connect. Okay, that's connected. So let's go here. Let's see. Let's go to Minions. So we did the loop, and we go to MCC. See, MCC didn't make no money, right? Which I didn't expect it to. All right, this is my history. So I just did the MCC sponsored Carlene. So Carlene put $100 in. I knew that MCC wasn't gonna get it because MCC don't those has no loops. I don't have no loops nowhere. I don't got no loops in loop or loop C. So I don't expect to get a commission. You with me?
Mm, mm.
Okay, so now I'm gonna come out of here. I'm gonna go to back to the Minions. And now we already activated. We did a loop. We did a Bitnest LoopC under Carlene. Y'all saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
For $100. So I'm gonna connect the Minions. Confirm. Okay, that's connected. I'm gonna go back to home. I'm gonna go to Bitnest LoopC. I'm gonna join, and I'm gonna post this $50 max. I'm gonna do it for 28 days. Circulation. The other thing I'm not sure about, they do 1 day or 7 days, what how the commission pays out either. I'm not sure about that. But I'm curious about how this 28 days though. So insufficient balance. Where is it? Oh, there. Oh, I got it. Okay. Estimated fee. So I'm missing. I got to put some more money in here. Hold on. Current. All right. Let me stop for a second. So I got insufficient balance. I got to add a few dollars. I got to add $1 or $2. Hold on. Let me stop that. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go back to share. Say, go back here. Okay. Let me go back. Let me cancel this. Let me go to token pocket. BNB. Let me see if I got any BNB. Make sure I got some gas money. Yeah, $50. Let's see. Connect. I don't see any BNB though. Hold on. All right, let me do this. Let's do. We go back to MCC. Let me send some BNB to minions. Send them $3. Oops. Send them. Wait. Wait.
What's cooking? Something's cooking. Boys, man.
Oh. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna send $4 there. Firm it. All right. So I sent $5. That should give you enough gas money. And let's just send another dollar. MCC. Let's send another. Oh, you got $1 to send. Hold on. You got 29 cents. Let's see. Let's go to Carlene. Okay, Carlene got this send. Let's just send. Let's send another. Let's just say M's minions. Let's send it $5. Okay. Confirm it. Okay, that's done. All right, now let's go back to minions. Let's connect the wallet. Okay, boom. For those of you that's logged in, to tell you what's going on, I have played with the Bitnest LoopC, the 1 day paid, the 7 days paid. I've not tried the 28 days. What I am doing right now, I just bought a 28-day token or a contract from my wife's account for $100. I am now buying a 28-day contract for $50 from my grandkids' account, the Minions. That $50 will give back 62. And what we're trying to find out is it going to pay a commission? That's what we're trying to find out. If those of you walked in late, we are one of the things that we have discovered. One of the things I was waiting for to find out was that so here's the order, the 28 days, $50.62. So let's give it a minute, and we're gonna go to the wallet and see if it paid a commission. Um, so one of the things that we discovered was they have been pushing these nodes, these T1 nodes, which is the minimum of 1,000 up to tens of thousands of dollars. And what they were saying, it will expedite your matured loops. I felt that I didn't want to push that to the community. I didn't want to put no money to it because I just felt it was almost like a blackmail type thing. You do this for us and that. So I didn't sign up for that. When they said on the 28th that they was going to mature loops was going to be good, I knew that wasn't going to happen because they was trying to get the liquidity for the end of the year. And then they bounced it to January. And then what happened in January the programmers rewrote a new code for Bitnest Loop because Bitnest Loop is going to be out, is not going to be no more. There will no longer be a Bitnest Loop come the 26th of March. So the new code that's being written is going to allow the mature loops to be paid to Bitnest LoopC, which I do believe there's a administrator that is now sending that money back to those specific wallets. And that's how they were able to say they can expedite the node holders. Because, and for those who did not say, I'm not going to put no more money, I'm just going to wait. Well, come once that new code is approved by Certex, which is the third party security company, which has nothing to do with Bitnest. Once it's approved by them, then they will, at that point, they can just, the funds can go right back to the specific wallets, and then Bitnest Loop will no longer be an option. And if anyone wants to participate, they would have to go to Bitnest Loop C. And what they have done and what they are doing is those that have participating, you can, as you can see, you can participate in Bitnest Loop C right now, as you just saw I just did. I attempted, I did a 1 day and it came back to me. Now I did a 7 day and it came back to me. As you can see, all my friends, I have no more, I have no referrals here. So so basically you are starting over. So you're not starting over, but people have to subscribe to Bitnest Loop C before they become a referral to you. Your Loop customers will not automatically become your referrals. As you can see, all my referrals are 00000. I have 0 referrals. And I'm now in my grandkids account, the Minions account. So what I'm going to do now is go back to my wife's account. I'm going to click on some history and we're going to give it a second. And there's the commission. Boom. $2.04. So the answer to your question, Tamika, yes, you'll get your commission as long as you got
Okay.
$100. So whatever she
Okay,
puts
I'm gonna
there,
do.
whatever she puts, you make sure you have at least $100 in your account. So Jamita, you make sure you got at least $100 so that you get the commission off Tamika, and then
Okay.
Tamika gets it from her friend. Now, again, guys, I am not advocating nor am I pushing anybody to do Bitnest Loop C yet, but you can see it is working. So here's what I am doing. I had a friend. I've talked to a lot of folks that got a lot of money tied up here. I got over 30 grand tied up in this platform. And my friend of mine got more than I got. So we talked it over and we were kind of waiting it out to see what was going to play out. And after all the chatter, we decided to take control of our own destiny. And he jumped first. And he jumped because he got more money than I got in there. And he said, he bought a T1 node. And when he bought the T1 node, within 5 days, his matured loop was sent to him, but not to his wallet. It was sent to him under a new contract for the Bitnest Loop C. And it showed him his 28-day contract with his 24% return. Now he has 15 days. Now, this is the only thing I don't know. I don't know because, like me, like him, like me, we have multiple contracts. So what I don't know if they combined all of the contracts into one or they just did one at a time. That I don't know. But I am going to do a node in the morning on my Washington properties. On my Washington properties, which is because I had like five, I had 5 or 6 mature loops under that business. And I'm going to buy a T1 node. And then now once I buy the T1 node from there, Then the minions, well, the minions are going to have to add $50. So I'm going to make sure I'm probably going to put $100 in my MCC. I'm going to put $100. I'm going to add another $50 to the minions and make sure that you got at least $100 circulating so that, well, Carlene needs 200 because she needs $200 to get second generation, and I need 300. So I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to make sure I got $300 here, $200 here, and $100 here because this one enrolled this one enrolled this one, and this one enrolled my business. Is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Everybody clear? Yes?
Clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what will happen is once I initiate the node, and the node is going to not send me my mature loop back, but what it will do, it will give me the mature loop with all this interest into a new 28-day contract under Bitnest LoopC that should generate a commission to the minions, to my wife, and to me. Now I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and I'll let you know whether it does or not. But I just did a small, as everybody, I just did it live. I did a small, so everybody can see. Let me log into my wife. Let me just show you real quick. And again, you guys do it. Everybody here is grown. To me, this is just a business decision. I take all the emotions out of it. This is just pure business for me. And for me, for 32,000, yeah, I'll risk another $1,200. I'll risk that. So what I did is I took a order under Bitnest LoopC. Now, do not make the mistake. If you choose to do this, make sure you go to Home and choose Bitnest LoopC. Do not choose Bitnest Loop.
Yeah, because Dwayne,
Yeah.
they both look alike.
Yes, they look exactly
I mean,
alike.
when you go into a Bitnest Loop C, you don't see C.
No,
It
you
looks
do.
just like
No, you
Bitnest.
do, you do. I'm going to knock into it. You do see it.
Yeah, you click on it. You know you did.
So once you click on it
Yes.
and you get into the screen looks exactly
No,
like
Here
Loop.
it is right here. Bit Loop C, right there. That's
Where's the
you
C
know.
at?
Right here, you
Where's
see
the
it.
C?
Bit Loop C, right there. Let you know you're
Right,
in
but
C.
it's not up at the top where it
Right,
says
right.
Bitnest
So that's
Loop.
what I'm saying. Be very, guys. If
That's
you
why you have to be careful.
you got to be very careful.
Huh?
Hold on,
Okay.
guys. If you mute your line, guy. If you're talking, unless you're asking me a question, mute your line, please. Um, Again, thank you, Judy, for bringing that up. If you choose to do this, make sure you have BitLoop C. You're in BitLoop C. Now I'm on the computer
What's
right.
that?
I said Alonso came to help. He kicked me out.
Open
He said, Tasha,
mic.
go home.
Oh, now I
Oh,
see.
for what?
Now I see the.
I was
Hold on,
doing
hold on.
Oh, I
the.
see the numbers down there.
Hold on.
Mhm.
He
Came
asked
over.
MCC, mute them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay.
Tell his group came over.
Okay,
Hey,
guys.
Dwayne,
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
it appears that your group came over.
I see this.
Look
Now,
at,
I just saw that. Okay.
yeah,
First generation 7.
that's good.
That's good. Oh, I guess because I
That's
bought it.
real good.
Because I bought into it. I'm assuming. That's good. Okay. So that's
Right. That's real good
all right.
because otherwise you would have to get everybody to sign up again.
Right. Okay.
Under Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's good. So again, if you logged in late, I'm on the computer now. I suggest you go to Home and then scroll down and make sure you do Bitnest Loop C, not Bitnest Loop C. Now, what I did $100 because you need $100 to generate referral commissions. Let's go back to Loop. Hold on, let me dial back in. So you need at least $100 to get first generation. You need $200 for second generation, $300 for third generation. Is everybody clear in that? Basically $100 per generation. Is everybody clear?
But Yeah, but you need all of them to be in Loop C in
And
order
Loop
to get it.
C, right. Well, at this point, everybody's loop should have matured under loop in our group because I believe everybody in our group, all their loops is matured. I don't think nobody came in after the 14th because at the
Right.
14th we stopped doing calls.
So, but my question, Dwayne, is if I'm like you, like, you know, Travel Pro sponsored Ron, sponsored me.
Right.
Okay. What, so do I have to do 100 in
Yes.
all of those
No. Hold that thought.
wallets?
Hold that thought. Let me just finish this thought. And I'm gonna come right back to you.
Okay.
Again, if you logged in, what we did is we're doing trial and error. Again, guys, you got to follow your own conscience here.
Mm.
So I had tried. I did the $100. I mean, I did $50 for one day, and it came back the next day, and then I did $50 for 7 days, and it came back that next week.
Mm.
This is my first time doing 28 days. I have
You
not
did
done
$50
28
as well to
days.
see if your group came over.
This is my first
You do
time
a
doing it.
puzzle.
I'm live, and I did it
Come
live
on
with
in
you guys.
and see if
But
we see
what
you.
we wanted to see is the referrals of it. So because some people got people ready to go and so on. Again, I got people ready to go too, but I didn't want to do nothing until I knew this was paying what it's supposed to pay. So I put up what I did is I went to my Token Pocket wallet. And for those of you that have multiple wallets, so for me, I got MCC, which is my main wallet. MCC signed up my wife Carlene. My wife Carlene signed up the Minions, which is my grandkids, and the Minions signed up my business. So I started an account under Carlene for $100, and then I started an account for the Minions for $50. And as soon as I started, the Minions went. I got 28 days, and then I went to Carlene's history.
Mhm.
I click on
Mhm.
USDT, and then I received my
Mhm.
commission.
Mhm.
Everybody see that? Is everybody clear?
Yep.
Everybody clear on that so far?
Clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, where we are, this is where we're at in the scheme of things. What Bitnest is saying is you can sit back and wait, do nothing. Once our new code is written and approved by Zertex, who is Zertex? The third party auditor, security audit. Does everybody see that? This is Zertec right here. They're getting their new code approved by them. That has not been done yet. They thought it was going to be done by January, was not done. Okay?
Mhm.
So once that is approved, the new code says we are going to we're going to get rid of Bitnest Loop altogether. Now, Pancake Swap has already paid the money back to Bitnest for those all our mature loops. It is nobody's lost no money. It is sitting in the blockchain. Is everybody clear in that?
Mhm.
There is a administrator, the programmer, if you will, who's writing this new code. What they are saying is once this is approved by Zertex, we now can get rid of Bitnest Loop, and then we will be able to recirculate all of the matured loops back to each individual wallet. But the way they're going to do it is they're going to recirculate it as a new loop into the Bitnest C. Now, what I don't know is if they're going to take all of it. My thoughts is they're going to take all individual loops because they're all individual contracts. Is everybody clear in
Mhm.
that? So if you had multiple contracts, that's why I had you all take screenshots of your thing so you know. So they will take the mature loop, not your principal, is your principal plus your return. And it will give you a new 28-day contract in Bitnest Loop C and will give you a new order, which you will be able to view, like I'm viewing this. Now, my buddy one guys in our team
Is it gonna
has done this, and
is
he
that gonna be automatic?
and it's automatic. There's nothing for us to do. It's going to be automatic. Now, the only thing we don't know because he has 13 days left of his 28 days, and now we're assuming after that 13, after that 28, after that 28 day, that money should go right back to his wallet because now it's on the new loop. It's on the new platform. Is everybody clear in this? Everybody clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So here,
Dwayne,
yes, ma'am.
Dwayne, I'm clear, but what they're doing actually is when they give us the money back, they're restaking it, they're recirculating it for us.
For us, yes,
So
because
we can't. So when
that's what the code's allowing them to do.
okay, but so that means we can't. Once we get our money back in our wallet, we can't take it out,
No, no,
even if
no,
we
no, no,
want
no, no,
to.
no, 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 no. It's never going to hit your wallet. It's only going to the initial return. They're going to send. You're going to get. You're going to. My buddy said he got a message or something. I don't know if it was in his wallet, but he got a message, and then he went and then he got a new order for 28 days. He said and he went to his account and he had a new 28-day loop. Now
Okay,
I don't know if it was an email or he saw it in his wallet. That I don't know yet. I'll find that. Again, I'm
okay,
going to do it myself, so I'll let you know once because then I can really tell you because it's happening to
right,
me. You follow me? Um,
yeah,
after that
It's ready.
after that initial restake, then the money goes back to your wallet, and then you have the choice to move it, shake it, like you had put
right,
it to your bank, do whatever you
right,
want to do with it at that
right.
point.
I'm just saying that we've already waited 28 days. So now when we get it back, we have to wait another
Another
28
20,
days
yes,
before we
yes,
can
yes,
actually get it
yes. But that
and
20
do
is going to give
something
you
with
another
it. Put it,
24%.
you
Right,
know, transfer it to the banker's card or whatever
right,
we want
right.
to do.
Because they know people are scared. They know if it goes right back to them, people are going to keep it. They ain't going to reinvest it. What they're trying to do is create the belief. You with me? Again, I don't approve of their methods, but as a businessman, I get it. I get it. It's actually a smart move.
Yeah.
It's a smart move
Oh
because
yeah.
it's me telling. It's like if you invested with me in real estate and I delayed you and delayed you and delayed you, well, then guess what? You ain't gonna want to invest with me no more. So if I got the investment coming through and I said, here, your investment, here it is, but I automatically putting you into this new one, well, you may not like it, but at least you can see it. And then when that one matures, you get your money. Guess what? You kind of forget about, okay, you're pissed off, but you're happy you got your money. You follow me? And it kind of creates that,
Yeah.
okay, maybe, okay, it creates that, okay, maybe I'll still keep going with them.
And plus, they want everything to go through the BitLoopC.
They want everything to go to BitLoopC. Right. That's actually correct. That keeps their liquidity. As you can see, the liquidity now is over 49 million. The platform is strong. Now, this MEC coin and all that, I
Okay.
don't know how all that plays out, but this is how I see what's playing out with this.
But and that's fine, Dwayne, because from a business standpoint, that makes sense. But that's not what they're telling people is going to happen
Right.
once they
That's correct.
um once they make good on and bring everybody's money back into their wallets. They're not telling you that we're bringing it back, but we're going to invest it for you in 28 days. They're not telling you that.
Right, right, right.
You have to find that out when it happens.
That's why I said that's absolutely correct. And the only reason we found that out is because we had one of our guys do it.
Right, right,
Otherwise,
right,
right, nobody told us that's what happened. Again, when it
right,
first happened, we was pissed off because he wanted to take
right,
he wanted to take his money and go. And they know that.
right,
They know that. They know if they give me back
right,
30,000, they know I'm out of here. So I get it. If
right,
they give me back
exactly.
30,000, automatically put it here, and I just made 36,000. Well, you know what? Maybe I will keep a few thousand rolling with you.
Right,
As
right,
a
right,
businessman, I get it. It's a smart move. It's a smart play.
right.
Again, I start off by saying the people that they really are after is those that got the millions. I mean, you got some folks got $1 million in this account. They don't care about us $100, $500 people. They don't care about us. I mean, they care about everybody, but the
I
people
mean,
they after is the big players.
no, no. They care about the big boys to stay in the loop. Okay. It's not that they don't care about the small guy. They care about us too, but they want the big guys to stay in to keep the liquidity going.
To keep liquidity going, yes, because then if they gone, then the whole platform crashes.
Right, right.
So at that for
I get
me,
it.
I mean, no, me, my gut is they give my money back. Will I keep 30,000 rolling? I doubt it, but I will. I'll keep about 5 to 6,000 rolling with it. If they pay me back my money, I'd keep 5 grand rolling. I would.
Mhm.
That
You'll
would.
have to do that after 28 days. Then
Yeah,
you'll be able to
yeah.
decide what you want to do with it.
Yeah, once they mature my money and I got the option, then
Hmm.
so like I said, it kind of I'm just happy to get I'll be happy to get it back. You know what I mean? Because right, it's just like
Yeah, sure.
right now people thinking they lost their money. No,
Right.
that's why they're saying you have not lost your money. Your money is there. It's in the bank. It's in the blockchain.
Okay, so let me
Everybody
tell you what
clear?
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just real quick. I told you I did a little bit of just a little bit. And in Loop C for
Yep,
one day. Remember I called you, I
yep,
told you.
yep, yep.
Next day, got it. It was just a little bit. It's like
Right,
$3. I did
right.
$3. I
Okay,
mean, not
right.
I mean. Then the other day, yesterday, I think, I did a T1.
Okay.
Okay, I bought some mech,
Yep,
right? In the
yep.
T1. I only bought 3 mechs. I spent $12.
Okay,
Wasn't a lot. I just wanted to see if it would sell me three mechs, and it did.
okay.
Um, now I- this
Two days.
there's no place where I can go to see
It's 2 days
that
ago.
I have it.
2 days ago.
That was 2 days ago. Um, but you know, um,
Waiting to see.
you know, there's in other words, I don't know where the T1 platform is where I can see what I did.
Right.
I did what I did was when I went on my T1, it shows 300 because I think they max you out at 300.
Right, right.
So you showed
So it
2 days.
did show
2 days.
294 remaining.
Okay.
So that means I can buy 294 more before I max out.
Got it, got it. So max you
So
can buy
that's the
3.
only thing I can see on the T1.
Right.
Now, I don't know if me investing $12 and buying 3 mechs is gonna make my my wallet. I
Yeah,
mean
no,
my
you gotta do the minimum node is $1,000. The minimum. They got 1,000 up to 10,000, I believe it is. But the minimum is 1,000. The node is
well
what
I didn't know you had to buy the whole node
yeah,
because I just bought, like I said, I just bought $12
okay,
worth.
got it. No, I got it. So, but that's what the $1,000
So
minimum is what expedite.
well, I wanted to wait and see 5 days later. I mean, I did buy something in the T1.
Right. Well, no,
Maybe
that's good to know.
do
Let
I
me
have to
know.
do 1,000 to
No,
get my money
that's great.
faster?
Check, just keep checking. Let me know if you get anything about your
Right,
mature. That's good to know.
right.
That's
I
good.
mean, it's all trial and error. I mean,
Right,
yeah, I'm dipping
Well,
the toe in.
Dwayne, I did hear from, because I'm in another group
right,
with people who actually is as in the Loop C, and
right.
they just move it forward or whatever. But
Wow.
they did say that that you do have to have the whole node, because there was a lot of people in there saying, well, I bought partial node and
Right.
and he told them, no, it's not, partial node is not going to give you priority. You have to actually have a full node
It was a
in
thousand.
order
Yeah,
to
I
be
know
Oh,
the minimum was
prioritized.
$1,000. I think my guy.
okay.
I think he did $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 5 days later, his mature loops hit. Now again, I think I don't know how many he had. I don't know if it was all combined to one. I don't know if it was all individual. That I don't know. But I do know he's got a new. It was not paid to him directly. It was put into a 28-day contract under C. Of those 28 days, you got 13 days left. And then that's the one I was waiting before it to mature, before I really was going to have a conversation with you guys. But I wanted to have the conversation because the chat lines are getting a little crazy. Anybody got any questions?
So
Well, that's
what
good
about
to
so
know.
when you get the node, do they invest the node as well and you get that back
Well, yeah,
or
you
you
get money.
don't?
You get money. You get invest on that too.
Okay, okay. All right, good. That's good to know.
So we're gonna have we're gonna have another call when his 13 days are over because
Yeah.
that'll come
What
before
I'm going
March
to do?
16th.
I'm going to do a note myself tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I don't know, and I'll find out the process because I don't know the process yet, but I'll find out the process. I'll find out how it's if it's matured. I'll find out if they're all matured or if just each contract matured. I'm only doing the note on one account, which is my Washington Properties account.
Right.
So I'm not expecting anything from like my wife or the minions or the other people. But this is what I do know. What I am going to do, because I know once I do the node on Washington Properties, I do know the mature loops is going to be automatically put in the C. So I'm going to have at least $100 in the minions, $200 on Carlene, and $300 on myself, so that all three of those positions get a commission. Is everybody with me?
Right.
So the answer to your question, Judy, that's what
Yeah.
before you go down that road, that rabbit hole, you want to make sure. That's why I just use Carlene right now, and I put the millions underneath it because I wanted to just see if it was going to pay a commission. So
Right.
now we know it pays a commission, and it's an instant commission. I'm now going to put the $300 in MCC, which now gives me three levels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the $200 in my wife, which gives me two levels, and the $100 of the grandkids, which gives me one level. So whenever they put into my business account, all four of those accounts will get paid. Everybody clear on that? Now that's
Hey,
only
brother
for those of you
Wayne.
that got multiple accounts.
And that's in the C loop.
Huh? That's in the C. This is the C now. I'm talking about the C now. Now I'm only talking to those of you that got multiple accounts. If you only got
All
your
right.
one account, this conversation, don't even worry about this conversation. Just
Right.
make sure what I would do, again, you have an option. Wait till March and see how it play. Get your money and keep it moving. And then just if you only got the one account, then
Okay.
that money will automatically go into Bitnest LoopC.
Okay. Dwayne,
Yes.
do you think if we waited to March and
Mhm.
they gave us some money back, when they give us some money back, it's not going to go back to our wallet. It's going
It's
to be
going to Bitnest
invested in
LoopC.
C.
Going to go to Loop C
So the same thing's going to happen
in
in
March.
terms of the reinvestment
Yes.
without our knowledge,
Yes. That's
automatically,
what.
whether we wait or whether we speed up the clock.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Yes, that's correct.
Wait, I have a
JB.
I want to make
question,
sure you guys are all
Angel.
clear.
Do
Is
we
everybody? Is everybody clear?
know the
Good, Angel.
um the node? Would you purchase the node in the C loop, or is it different location to purchase the node?
You purchased the node. Yeah, it's not through C. It's. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let's log into it. Let's find out. All right, let's see. Okay, now I'm into.
So this is my mom and this is my grandma. I recently posted
Somebody
pictures of the
has
three
a
of us
radio
in
or something
Acapulco
on.
shop. They are demanding to know the
Or TV.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Okay.
brother Wayne.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna blow the whistle, man. Listen, look like a red flag to me. I never even got my card, um, so we could maybe have a little control. It just looks like something's going on, that something else take place, then something else and we wind up in the same set, the barrel of not having no control over
Right.
our
So that
money.
so that's where you make a decision to you gotta you kind of gotta follow a rabbit hole for a second. Once you get your money, that's what we're just talking about. they're automatically going to make you wait. They go whatever your mature loop is, they're going to automatically put you into this Bitnest LoopC. And then once that's paid out, it's going to go to your wallet. Now you would just make that decision at that point. I just take my money, put into, and keep it moving. Call it the day. I made my little 24%. I'm done. Or you can say, you know what? I get it. It looked like this other one's working. I throw a few dollars there. But that is purely your choice. You don't have to make that decision now. Period. The node we're talking about is this DAO. See what it says DAO, DAO? This is the node dashboard.
Dwayne,
Yes, ma'am.
may I ask the gentleman who just spoke and said that he hadn't gotten his card yet? What
Yes.
Yeah.
platform was he referring
He's
to?
talking about Bankers.
You talk about
Okay.
yes.
All
Yes.
right. So That's a different issue. thank you, sir, for allowing me to use that as a key point in all of this.
Absolutely.
Dwayne, you said we're grown folks,
Yes.
and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. So that means that there's some things when we get ready to talk about them, the only word we can use to talk about who it is we're talking about is I. The minute we start talking about we,
Right.
then we have the ammunition to tell our wallets, get in this, because this looks like it's going to be a mess.
Right.
There is nothing that was said originally by Bitnest in terms of our money and where it would be and who could access it to get it out, other than what we have heard tonight and what we were hearing from them up until tonight.
Right.
When you are asking us after sharing the information, does everybody understand? And I hear three voices, then I say, ooh, there may be a voice here that I'm not hearing because they don't understand.
Right.
But if we are going to be grown folks, we have to be prepared to ask our questions and to make our inquiries, including what we have done thus far. If we're here tonight and have yet to read the white paper, keep it to yourself now, because these are documents that have been there all along for us to read. I'm in another group that is similar to this, but they used a term that we haven't used. And the reason we haven't used it is because it doesn't apply. And that word is renounced.
Yes.
The developers of that platform renounced their ownership in order to prevent the kind of thing that we're having because we now have to vote. Now, some people may think that voting is wonderful, but I know in the stock market, they send me a letter telling me when we're going to meet every year. And if I got $50 worth of stock in a company, I'm not getting ready to spend $1,000 to go to that meeting. But there will be some decisions made at that meeting that I have to abide by. I think we need a little bit more clarity on an individual basis. How well do I know what I have? How well can I do an effective job of sharing the information with somebody? And some of these things, if we would take the time, I think, to perhaps have a certain number of meetings each week. And we have to say to Dwayne, I love the way you have done this through all of this. But I'm stepping up to say, I will help you. Because if it's as simple as turning off somebody's mic or as serious as putting them back in the waiting room, there may be times when we'll have to do those kinds of things so that we can move forward with what we have to do. I'm here because I would like to have this as part of my family legacy.
And that's what brings me here. The fact that I've been doing this for a number of years, I discovered the less that is required of me in order to get in, the more variation there can be in the background of the people with whom I am in an organization or a project, as we call it. So I think that if I am going to be a better participant in this, I'm going to have to step up and do more to make it work and to get together with people when we have the opportunity to talk about things as grown folks talk about them. They talk about them knowing what they're talking about. And if we had a 5-minute quiz on Bitnest, I'm not sure that I could pass it. I'm really not. I'm not sure I could pass it. But I know one thing, it's my responsibility to get me to the point where I can pass it. Nobody else's.
Amen.
And because it is such a potentially wonderful opportunity, I'm not about to kick them to the curb based
Right.
on some communication that came to our uh, wallet teams and all about what this is like that I've been through before. I have never before been in a platform that is comprised of what Bitnest comprises. And I'm so happy to be here until every day that I think about it, I say to myself, God has smiled on me. And I would like for everybody to think that he smiled on them too.
All right. Well said, Cherie. Well said. And let me just speak on that 1 second. And it's going to make sure. First of all, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you bring to the table, your knowledge, your experience. Um, and you are right. Everyone has to, follow their own path. As a leader, I believe that I've always been taught the speed of the leader is the speed of the crew. I would never, ever ask you guys to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself, nor would
Yes,
I ask you to do it first.
that's right. I love you for that too.
I'm going to jump on the sword. This is the Dow, as you can see. The price is 1,050. I'm going to buy this tomorrow, and then I will see how many days it takes for them to mature my loop. I will see if it's all them loops. I will see if it's one of the loops, and then we will have a conversation. Then and only then do you make your decision on what you do. Again, because
Yeah,
they do it for me may not mean they got to do it for you. I'm a,
right,
just like they did for my buddy does not mean they got to do it for me.
right.
But we are for me as a businessman, I got 30,000 here, and I got a potential 1,000 I got to spend to get back my 30. That's a business decision for me. I don't need nobody to sell me on that. Do I like the way they present stuff to us? No. Do I get it? Absolutely. Do I understand why they make people are pissed off that they automatically? I'm not pissed off about that. I get it. It makes pure business sense. It's exactly what I would do. Exactly. I wouldn't even give them an option. I would say, yep, because what they got to do is create that confidence again. They know they lost the confidence, and they got to get that confidence back. If they're going to mess up, they're not going to mess up in the beginning, guys. Trust me on this one. If they're going to
Hmm.
mess up, it's going to be on the back a little later on down the road because they've already messed up on the loop on trying to get all this right. So you got to understand something. It ain't no rug pull. It ain't some. They're not going to do a rug pull right now. Trust me on that. I know. So all I'm saying to you, what I'm not asking nobody to spend $1,000. Not asking you to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as the guinea pig. We win, if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But then I will come back and I will share what has happened to me, and then you make a decision. Do I take the chance? My guess is if you got a few dollars in here, if you got $120 in there, no, it doesn't make sense to pay $1,000 to get back 200. I can wait to March. But if you got some money in there, yeah, it may make sense for you to do that. But that would be your decision to make for you. Period. So this is the Dow Angel to your question. This is where you get the different the nodes. You got to have at least a minimum of T1. The maximum is 1,050, and that puts you into priority. I will do this tomorrow. Once I get any notification, I will hold an emergency call, just like I did tonight, and I will share what I shared. On 13 more days, my buddy, his loop matures. We'll have a call on that day. See if it goes to his wallet. And that's all. That's the best we can do right now. All I would say is keep in faith, keep in belief. God has taken us too far to let us go right now. And that's all I would say about that. So anybody got any last questions?
Big D.
Yes, sir.
I've been on and off, and I'm trying to catch up. But just a question or two. When everything broke off the first time, I think you came to us with two decisions to make. We either take plan A or plan B. Are you follow me so far?
I'm with you.
Now, is it still existing that we had to do one of them plans, or
No,
what
no,
if you
no,
didn't
no. Okay,
do?
now I'm with you. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Okay,
okay. So you were talking about when we were trying to. That was in the very, very beginning. We was trying to figure out how to get it expedited. All that is
right.
now null and void, Dirk.
Okay.
Here's where we're here. Here is where we're at. For those of us that logged in, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm going to say it as clear as I possibly can, and then we're going to end this call.
All right.
Okay. For those of us who just came on, the platform when Bitnest launched the MEC coin and they launched the nodes and they started going to the USDC and USDT platforms. Their programming they started interfering with their programming for the loop because and I believe they was trying to do this anyway, but I think they was trying to do it without interfering with the loop. They wanted to alleviate the loop and have everybody go to loop C. However, hold on, let me just mute everybody because I got some background noise here. I believe they was trying to try to do it seamlessly, and that backfired on them. And when they was dealing with the reprogramming our loops, because what has happened, the money when we invest into a smart contract goes to Pancake Swap pays back to Bitnest Loop, and then Loop automatically through a code paid to our wallets. When they started messing with those codes, the money came back to the blockchain, but it stayed in Bitnest Loop. And now they got an admin who's now they got a programmer who is programming this new MEC, they're programming the nodes, and so on and so forth. And where we're at this juncture, why all the extensions? December, they wanted to make sure they had the liquidity because they was trying to do this launch, for the NEC in January. They wanted to make sure the liquidity was strong year in. And they made that happen because they kept everybody's money. Do we like it? No, but it was a business decision. Then in January, they was going to release the nodes January 26th or the 20. Now they're supposed to release them, but they have rewritten the code, and they're waiting for the new program to be approved by Zertec, which is the third-party auditor. And I don't believe that has been done yet. That's why I believe they're asking for March. I think probably done before March, but they're asking March to keep the people from, every day what's going on, things that we've been doing since December. In the interim, on the back side, they've been pushing the nodes, but the way they were doing it, and I believe that was bots. I believe that was just AI. Because if you ever got on those chats, they would always come back with the best way to do this and it was almost like a blackmail. You got to do this to get this. And it sounded like a blackmail. But I honestly believe that's an AI. I don't believe that's individual. I think that's just AI. However, for me, when I had the conversation with you guys in December, I knew I had a lot of money in here. But I also know quite people that got more money than I got in here. And I've been having conversation with these individuals. And we both agree, we're both businessmen. And we agreed that we need to take our own destiny into our own hands. Forget what Peter and the rest of these other chat groups are saying, because you know what? We don't know them. We can't rely on them. You guys know me and y'all follow. So I want to make sure when I share information, I'm sharing information that's absolute correct because I experienced it. So what my buddy decides to do, I'm going to buy this T1 node. I'm not telling my group. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to see what happens. I said, cool. I said, you keep me posted. He bought the node. He called me back. He said, he was a little pissed when he called me, he was pissed off. He said, man, they did some mess. They took my money and automatically reinvested. I wanted to get my money and run with it. I knew that. And I said to him, I said, you know what? I know you're not happy about that, but think about it for a second. Let's put ourselves in their position. They know the moment they give people back their money now, those people's gone. If y'all got your money today, Bitnest who? Y'all gone. You're out of here. They know that. So how do we create the trust? How do we at least get them to look at us and understand what we've been trying to do? Let's automatically reinvest their mature loops. Let them see the new LoopC. Let them see the money growing. And after that 28th day, give them their money back. And so be it. They do what they do and they stay, they stay. But at least we gave them an opportunity to see, to hear us out and give us an opportunity to prove what we're saying is accurate. That makes pure business sense to me. And after I shared that with him, it made pure business sense to him. He calmed down. He said, I'm cool. He sees his 28 days. He logs in. He sees it growing down. He says 13 days left. I said, cool. When your 13 days is up, because I was going to wait before I did mine. And I said, when your 13 days is up, I'll go back and I'll do one as well. And the end of the year came. Everybody started having these conversations. Then January 20th came, and then, our chat lines is blowing up. So I realized that we needed to have a conversation. So what I did is I went and I went into the Bitnest LoopC and I bought a 1 day pay. It paid back the next day. Okay, cool. I went back in, I did a 7 day. It paid back the 7 days. Cool. And I'm saying pay back, so I'm going right back to my wallet. Cool. I said, okay, at least I know that is working. What I did not know was whether or not how the referrals work. And I had this call tonight. And somebody on the call, my girl Tamika, asked me, do we know how the referrals work? And I didn't know, so we did a live call. We did a live transaction. Right now, you guys saw it with your own eyes. I went in, I bought $100 28-day Bitnest LoopC. I get my 24%, 124 in 28 days. I went in to my Minions account and I bought a $50 28-day contract. And then I went to my token pocket and I saw that I got $2.04 immediately showing up in my wife's account as the referral commission. So what that told me was that all I had to do was have the $100 to get first generation. I know I need at least $200 to get paid 2 generations, $300 for 3 generations, basically figure $100 per generation. That answered the question live. You guys saw it. I did it live on right here for everybody to see. So now what does that tell us? It tells us that the Bitnest LoopC is working. That's all it tells us. Does it answer our questions about the loop? No, it does not. So the only thing we can do, and you have a choice here, you can wait until March And what they're saying is once Zyrtec, which is the third-party auditing company, approves the new agreement, then they can phase out Bitnest Loop. The money that is sitting in the blockchain will now give the admin of Bitnest, which is now running Bitnest LoopC, will now give them the admin to put that money, not put that money back to your wallet, but do a restake on your behalf with that wallet address into Bitnest LoopC on a new 28-day contract. After that 28 days is up, that money will now go into your wallet. Now, what you do from that point is totally up to you. Period. You keep it, spend it, do it somewhere else. That is your decision. And that's where we are at right now. So you can do so I'm gonna see what happens with the node. I'm gonna see how it treats me, and then I will have a conversation. I will share, I'll do an emergency call with everybody, and I'll share what has happened to me. And you guys can make a decision at that point. But at this juncture, I would take fear out, guys. Fear is just the false evidence appearing real. That's all fear is. Take it out. Get it off your mind. Stop fearing. But trust in yourself, trust in God. Trust that we've came too far. This is a new year. This is a new day. And I believe 2026 is going to be a miraculous year. So let's get the fear off. Let's get fear out of it, off the agenda. Let's move to 2026 powerfully and without fear. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you all for logging in tonight. I did record this, and for those that missed it, I will post the recording into the group, and just let's just move powerfully, man. Let's just make some things happen. Good deal. Thank you guys for plugging in. Everybody have a great night. You guys been great. Let's make some moves in 2026. I love you all. God bless you. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you.
We're ready.